This guy broke YouTube with one video in just 8 days. The most surprising thing is that this video doesn't follow any of the best practices that YouTube gurus talk about all the time. The thumbnail, title, lighting, camera position and direction, intro, video duration, and channel history. None of these elements align with the guidelines from YouTube masterminds. This guy with his video proved that all the best practices for creating a viral video can be completely nonsense. There is only one thing that made this video go viral despite all those issues. Is it luck? Maybe a bit, but that's not the main reason here. Do you want to know what made this video go viral? I will tell you what. But first, we need to carefully examine all the parts that could make or not make a video go viral. Of course, based on what YouTube geniuses would tell you to do. As a web developer who has tried to be a successful YouTuber over the past few years, I have watched every video I could get my hands on about how to win the game of YouTube. I have created multiple YouTube channels and tried different styles and different ideas to see what works and what doesn't when it comes to being successful on YouTube. The problem is, the more you learn about it, the less you feel you know. The very first important thing YouTube professionals will tell you to do, even before you're starting to work on a video itself, is to focus on the thumbnail and the title. This is exactly what I did for this video. The very first thing I created was the thumbnail, and then I tried to come up with an eye-catching title while writing the script. It's not only about the graphics and design, but also about the psychology behind it. There are thousands of tutorials on how to create a killer YouTube thumbnail, but the truth is that there is no ultimate or guaranteed way to do that. Although many YouTube experts can't be certain about what makes a good thumbnail, they can instantly tell you what a bad YouTube thumbnail looks like. What we have here for this guy's video, by any measure, falls into the category of absolutely bad thumbnails. The image is poorly taken, the face isn't well positioned in the frame, and the contrast between background and foreground as well as the lighting is incorrect based on photography principles. And yet, it doesn't stop people from reading the title and clicking on the video, if not encouraging them to do so. So what's going on here? Why does it work well despite all these issues? This is what's happening with this thumbnail, I think. The simplicity and authenticity of the image make you start thinking that something's weird about this thumbnail, especially if your feed is filled with a lot of videos with well-designed thumbnails. While we expect to be discouraged by this thumbnail, our minds can help but make a closer look at the other details, like the title and the view count. There is a chance this thumbnail was created intentionally to grab attention. Who knows? After all, that guy is a neurosurgeon who understands how the brain works. But when you watch the video, you realize that the guy absolutely doesn't care about the thumbnail, making the likelihood of this theory quite low. So this guy probably did something unconsciously that some YouTubers might consider a hack to make their channel go viral. It's all psychology after all, even though the design is really poor. I believe if it were a normal thumbnail, it wouldn't have gone viral, but because it's so bad, it stands out as completely strange to viewers. That's a purple cow, as Seth Godin says. Anyway, even though the thumbnail has its effects, the analysis doesn't stop here. The very next thing you would look at if deciding based on the thumbnail is the title. No, the title doesn't even look like a typical title. It literally has 3 sentences concatenated together. If you ask a YouTube expert for advice about the title, the chances they would suggest such a long title are very low. But again, why does it work here? Of course, it's not in line with the best practices, but the important thing about the title is that it addresses your questions about the weirdness of the thumbnail right away. It confirms your doubts. The image created so many questions, and the title answered pretty much all of them. And what makes it even more powerful and encourages you to click on the video immediately is that you instantly understand that this guy in the thumbnail is not only an MIT educated guy, but also a neurosurgeon who willingly quit his job. Now that the shock factor is at its maximum level, you want to know more about this guy. How is it possible that an MIT educated neurosurgeon ended up leaving his work and hanging around in the mountains? Hopefully, the last part of the title literally tells you that if you want to know more, click on the video. For early adopters and less skeptical viewers, that's enough to click on the video. But for more skeptical people like myself, looking at the number of views and the published date is the next step in deciding whether to click or not. My guess is that skeptical viewers will likely skip the video if the number of views isn't high enough, relative to the published date, of course. It's likely that the video gained enough views within hours thanks to early adopters, making it easier for more skeptical viewers to click on it. However, the thumbnail and the title are more important for gaining early views in the first few days. After that, 8 million views in 8 days leave no doubt for anyone to click on the video. Now that we know the early viewers have a significant impact on the video's performance, let's see where they come from. In this case, the channel already had around 196 videos and shorts in total before this viral video. Posting at least 80 videos, especially in 2 months, is not easy. Let's not forget about the effort behind that. In fact, those videos had built the basic audience pool, making it easier for YouTube to recommend the video. If a channel doesn't have enough subscribers, YouTube tries to recommend it to people based on their interests. If they like it, YouTube continues to recommend it to larger and larger groups. If viewers stop clicking or watching the video at any level, YouTube will, if not stop, at least slow down recommending the video until it finds the right audience for it. However, that's not the case for this video, since it already had an audience base. So YouTube would first recommend the video to its subscribers and people who have already watched other videos on the channel. If that goes well, YouTube starts recommending it to a larger, similar group of people, until it reaches everyone throughout YouTube. Pretty much all of videos on the channel are about nature, except the one we are talking about. Any YouTube expert would tell you that posting an irrelevant video to your channel's category would cause a drop in views because your subscribers have subscribed to see those kinds of views. They don't like to see videos with different topics. But this is what happened, I think, for this channel. A normal video, like the other videos on the channel, would get recommended to the subscribers with, let's say, a 10 to 20% click rate. From YouTube's point of view, the performance is normal, so it keeps recommending but slowly. However, in this viral case, subscribers suddenly see a completely different video from their subscribed channel. They have been following the channel and its videos but had no idea who was behind these films. And suddenly it turns out that the guy is a neurosurgeon who quit his job. That could double, if not triple, the click rate suddenly. That's when YouTube understands this video is something special and needs to be recommended more than normal. This creates a positive feedback loop that eventually causes the video to go viral. But now the question is, how does the video itself look? According to YouTube masterminds, it's not enough for the thumbnail and title to be good enough to make viewers click on it. If the video has bad quality and it's poorly executed, people would jump out of the video right away, which will eventually lead to YouTube stopping its recommendations to others, even if the thumbnail and title are good. To be honest, that's the case with the video itself. I don't even want to mention that the face is not centered well in the camera frame. Well, I just did. But the biggest issue with this video, based on good YouTube video principles, is that it's long and the talking contains a lot of pauses. If it were any other video, these issues would make it boring and cause you to immediately close the video. But not this video. Not only do all those pauses not make you stop watching, but their combination with the sounds of nature makes you feel comfortable and relaxed, keeping you engaged. Everything I have talked about so far about how this video went viral accounts for only 20% of the reason. This leads us to the remaining 80%. The story of this video is the most important thing that made it go viral. It's so powerful that even all those mosquitoes distracting the guy don't make you stop listening to him. The key point here is that you have one important question from this guy, and you keep listening to get the answer no matter how or where he says it. You're already wondering why this person is no longer an employed neurosurgeon. You want to know why he left everything after 20 years of hard work to achieve something that is a dream for thousands, if not millions, of people around the world. No matter how experienced you are as a filmmaker or a YouTuber, you can't just come up with an incredible story like this in a weekend. The takeaway from this video going viral is that no matter how your thumbnail, title, or editing look at the end of the day, if you have a genuine story to tell, just start telling it. People will eventually find your video, and when they do, it will break not only YouTube, but the world. By the time you're watching this video, probably far more than 8 million people around the world know this guy. Now, he can be considered not only a famous YouTuber, but also one of the most famous neurosurgeons in the world. What I believe made it even more popular is the sympathy created around this story and the comments people left on this video. I'm also pretty sure a lot of people share this video with their friends and colleagues because they felt the personal connection to this story. That's what happens when you tell a story from your heart.